welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Aaliyah. I am a cosmetology educator and I'm obsessed with makeup. This is my second video on my channel, so today I wanted to go and do something just a little bit different than my last one. I wanted to do more of a beginner's tutorial, walking you through step by step my everyday routine and doing something a little bit more simple and natural because the last one was a little wild. So in this video I go through how I do my eyebrows, how I do my winged liner, just touched base a little bit on my eyeshadow, what brushes I like to use and how I like to blend it out. And then I went more into my face, step by step, what I do to contour, to highlight, blush, all that stuff, and what products I use. So this is the look that I ended up going with today. So if you like this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. Whenever I do my makeup, I always start with my eyebrows. So I'm going to start by outlining my natural shape. So I'm going to be using the DIPBROW, and I just got a new set of brushes, which I'm really excited about. These are from BH Cosmetics. So the brush that I'm going to be using, it's a nice angled liner brush, and it's really nice and thin, which I like because it gives me a little bit more precision. I'm gonna go back in and I'm just gonna start coloring inside the lines and filling it in. So now I wanna just go back in with that spoolie and brush everything out, make sure that everything blends nicely. And this is why I like to do my eyebrows before I do the rest of my makeup, because sometimes this can get a little bit messy. If I made it too dark in some spots, I'll just go in and blend it out with this.
Okay, that looks wild.
So we'll be using Shape Tape today. This is when I like to go in and just clean up around the edges because right now my eyebrows look like they're out of control. So I'm going to come in right here and start lining everything up to give it that nice crisp effect. So any mistakes that I made while I was filling my eyebrows in, they're about to disappear. So my next step is going to be to start on my eyes, and what I'm going to do is apply concealer all over my lid as a primer. I use this instead of a primer just because I find that it helps make my colors look a little bit more vibrant. It helps them stick better, and then it doesn't crease throughout the day for me. So I'm going to be going in with that same Shape Tape. Just going to put a dab. For my eyeshadow, what I'm going to be using today is a palette called After Dark. This is by Bad Habits. This is a dupe of the Huda Warm Brown Obsessions palette. I got this on the app Hush. If you don't know about Hush, you're really seriously missing out. Hush is an app that sells makeup, skincare, brushes, everything you can think of beauty-wise. And it has a lot of things by the brand Bad Habit, which makes a lot of dupes. And I can honestly say, like, I love all of it. I have quite a few palettes from them, and they are seriously so amazing. They're creamy, they're so super pigmented, they don't have a lot of fallout. So I really believe that the biggest mistake you can make when doing your eyes is not using the proper brushes for the proper techniques. Now when you're looking for a nice gradient blend, you're gonna wanna use something that's not very dense and that is very fluffy. So here I have my 3 favorite blending brushes. One is actually a Wet n Wild. So this is really nice and fluffy, and if you can see, it's not super dense. It's pretty squishy, so it's easy to go in and blend stuff out. This one is, I don't know what it is, but it's really nice. It's a little bit bigger than the last one. This one is a 223 Zoeva brush. This is another one of my favorites. It's a little bit smaller. So these are my 3 favorite blending brushes at the moment. I'm going to start with this shade in my outer, and I'm just going in circular motions with very light pressure on my eyelid and just getting that product on there and blending it out up towards my brow. To be using my other blending brush, which was the Zoeva one, which is a little bit smaller and more tapered, so that I can get a little bit more precision with that darker color. And I'm going to start right where my actual crease is where I'm going to start applying the product. Back to that Wet n Wild brush that I use and just blending it out. I'm going to be using a nice flat brush. So next I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a winged liner. Now, right now I'm using the NYX matte liquid liner. The biggest piece of advice that I can give to you is don't breathe. I don't care if your face is turning blue, don't breathe until you're done with that wing. And I look right in the mirror and I start right at the outside here and I just go up like so. Okay, I do that on both sides now to try to make them look even though I'm pretty sure my eyes are 2 different shapes, so they never look even. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm not gonna close my eye all the way, and I start on the outside with my brush and I just swipe inwards as far as I can get it. Just connect it to where I left off on the outside. And then I go in and fill it in.
Okay, so easy, right?
Wrong.
Now is the hard part, trying to make them look even on both sides.
So this is now what I have. So now I'm done with my eyes for now. Not forever, but for now. And now I'm just gonna move on to my face. So right now I am using the Pores No More Luminizer Primer by Dr. BRANDT. This stuff is amazing. So then when I'm done with my primer, I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. Now I'm just gonna go in with a damp sponge and I'm just gonna start blending it out. So once I have my foundation on, I'll go in with my concealer and I'll start highlighting. Okay, so now that I've highlighted pretty much the whole center of my face, I'm gonna go back in with my AIRSPUN powder and I'm just going to set all of that. So the reason I like to do that is because my face is very, very oily, and all the stuff that I'm putting on it is very wet and moist feeling. So if I don't put that powder on top of it, it's always gonna look really, really oily. So the setting powder that I put on helps to mattify it, and it also helps to make it so that it doesn't transfer onto other people. Now my next step is going to bronze a little bit before I contour. I like to do this just to give my face a little bit of warmth, and then I go in with a cool brown color to contour to create a shadow. So right now for bronzer, I'm using the NYX matte bronzer. This is in the shade Deep Tan, and I'm just using a really nice big old fluffy brush. This is also by Wet n Wild. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to start bronzing everywhere that I also would like to contour. So once I'm done bronzing is when I'm going to go in and I'm going to contour. I am going to be using a new brush that I got from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to be using the lighter cool shade right in here.
Boom. Who dat?
So when you're contouring, you're basically creating a shadow to make it look like I create a shadow under my chin to get rid of my double chin so you don't see this. Instead you see this. I create the shadow right here to make my cheekbones look a little bit more prominent, to make my face shape look like I don't eat as many cheeseburgers as I do. Then after that, I'm gonna go in with some blush. Right now my favorite shade is the Pretty Vulgar, and this is in the shade Make Them Blush. And I'm just using a nice pretty fluffy brush, but pretty small. And I just like to apply those to the apples of my cheeks, so typically I'll smile when I do it. I'm going to be going back in then to the Sculptor palette, and I'm going to be using the top highlighter right there. And this is just a really nice tapered fluffy brush that I'm going to be using for my highlight. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to finish my eyes. So I'll go back with my After Dark palette, and basically all the same colors that I did up top, I'm going to do the same thing underneath my waterline. I just use a really small tapered little brush. You guys can see what a difference that makes. Then once I'm done, I'm just gonna go and highlight a little bit. I like to highlight the inner corners just to make them pop, and then right on top of my brow bone just to accentuate the arch that I have in my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna go in now at the very end and I'm gonna just apply a coat of mascara. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna apply my fake lashes. Right now I'm using the Duo glue. I really like this because it has a nice little brush that you can apply. I like to wait about 30 to 45 seconds until the glue starts kind of looking clear. The longer you wait to let it dry, the more tacky that it gets. The more tacky that it is, the easier it is to do this. So, at your own discretion, I use a little tweezers.
Do this at your own discretion because I don't want to get in trouble because somebody poked their eye out.
I hold a nice little mirror down low so that my eyes aren't closed, but I'm looking down, so that I'm able to place the lashes on my lash line. And first I go in and I place it in the center. And then I come out to the outside and I place this as close to my lash line as I can get, and then I come into the inner corner. I'm letting them dry, then I'm gonna just go in and do my lipstick because my face never feels complete without lipstick. Alright, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget that if you have any comments, suggestions, or future video ideas, go ahead and leave comments below and let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching.